guys! Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Kaylee. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'll be sharing with you all of my September favorites. I was going to try and do this every month, but I didn't end up doing an August favorites just because I wasn't really using any new products and there wasn't really anything that I loved that was new, so I didn't want to just make a video for the sake of making a video, so I skipped August. So in my September favorites, I'm going to just be sharing everything that I've been using basically the last 2 months. So we have a mix of fragrance, makeup, skincare, hair care, and then some lifestyle things as well. So let's jump into it. I'm going to start off with fragrance today. I've been loving perfumes lately. I feel like I never really used to be like a perfume person, but recently, I've been loving trying new scents. I think it's probably because I work around it and I'm around scents all the time, getting to try out new things. So I've been loving fragrance lately, and I have two here that I've been loving the last few months. So the first one I have is from Kayali, their Capri in a Bottle Lemon Sugar. This is one of honestly, my new favorite scents. This is beautiful. This is part of her summer limited edition gift set that she had. It came with 4 scents, but then they were also selling them individually online as well. So I picked up this one because this was my favorite one and I love it. It's sugary, lemony, but also really warm and cozy as well. So I feel like it's a perfect like all year round scent. It obviously is targeted at being more of a summer scent, but I honestly feel like I'll be wearing it just as much in the summer. But I love it. It also lasts a really long time as well. I have a habit of going in with too much perfume just because I'm used to fragrances that don't last as long, and so I feel like I have to put on more to actually make it last throughout the day. I always go in with too many sprays of this, but you really do not need a lot. 1 or 2 sprays and I still smell it throughout the day. I love it. It's beautiful. And then the second scent I have here is from Burberry. It's their Goddess Intense fragrance. So this is a newer one. It came out recently. I love this so much. This is definitely my more like warm date night sort of scent. I probably wouldn't really wear this during the day. It's definitely a stronger, more bold scent, but it's got notes of vanilla, lavender, and patchouli, I believe. So you have a really nice mix of like spicy warm scents, but then some like lighter scents as well. But beautiful, again, lasts a really long time, has a really good like reach as well. Whenever I wear this, my fiance can smell it and he always asks what I'm wearing. So I feel like this is definitely perfect for that date night sexy sort of scent. Then moving on to makeup. So I have a few makeup products here. So the first one I'll talk about is this one from YSL, which actually surprised me that how much I've been enjoying this one lately. This is the YSL, I think it's their Love Shine Candy Glaze Stick. I have it in the shade 201. I'm surprised how much I've been enjoying this because when I did first purchase it, I didn't love it. But I've been using it recently and I've just really been loving it. So I have it's more like an everyday natural pinky sort of shade. This is beautiful. It kind of has, I put it on top of a lip liner and I feel like it has like almost as much pigment as a lipstick, but you get that very shiny, glossy look as well. It's honestly kind of like a lip oil, lip balm, lipstick all in one. So I love it because it makes your lips feel super hydrated, but then also gives you some color as well. I will say this definitely has more of like an oily feel on the lips. That's why I didn't love it when I first bought it, but I just go in with a little bit less. I'm not going to layer it too much because then it just feels way too like oily and greasy. If I go in with just a really light layer of this, it feels really nice. It lasts a really long time as well and keeps your lips nice and hydrated. So I love it. And then next I have a powder bronzer here. This is from LYS Beauty, their No Limits Matte Bronzer. I have it in the shade Harmony, which is a medium shade. It's just like warm but almost neutral warm sort of shade. I absolutely love this bronzer. This is my new favorite. I've been loving LYS products lately. I'd heard really good things about them, but hadn't tried them for the longest time. And recently I picked up a few of their products and there's not been anything I don't like. So I love this. It blends beautifully, has a really good amount of pigment without being too much on the face. I feel like I can get a really nice natural bronze look with this, even though the shade is like a darker shade. Lasts all day and I can definitely see myself like repurchasing this one after I'm finished it because I've been using it every single day. I absolutely love it. And then to go with that, also from LYS, is their contour stick. It's I have in the shade Courage, which is quite a deep shade, as you can see. Again, it's almost like a neutral warm sort of shade, but again, I've been loving this so much. This is such a beautiful bronzer. It pairs so nicely with the powder bronzer. You really don't need to go in with much of this. It's very, very pigmented. So I've just been kind of going in with like a dot in each area, because every time I've gone in with too much, it ends up being way too much on my face. So literally a dot in each area is just enough. Blends beautifully. I will say I have to put a little bit more pressure into my brush to make it blend in, but once it blends in, it looks beautiful, very natural, lasts all day, and just everything I love in a bronzer stick. So honestly, recommend checking out OIS products if you haven't tried them yet. I really want to try their concealer. I haven't tried it yet, but I have heard good things about it. We have a few of their shades in my store, but not a lot. The ones we have in store haven't really worked for me, so I'm going to try and figure out online which one works for me and try it, because yeah, I'm loving their products so far. And then the next product I have here is a blush from Gucci. It's their number 4 bright coral shade. This was my absolute favorite blush to wear during the summer. It's my perfect peach shade. I love it. It's bright and peachy, super pigmented. I loved pairing this on top of my Rare Beauty blush in the shade Hope. They were like a perfect combination for the summer. I'm not sure how much I'll be wearing this like going into the colder months. I might check out some of the other shades and get a different shade for the colder months, because I love the pigment. It lasts all day. It blends really beautiful. It's not patchy or anything, so I really love the formula in general. But yeah, this is just my perfect summery peachy sort of shade. And then another blush here, another brand that I'm always impressed with is Fenty Beauty. I've not liked any products that I've used for them, but this is one of her new powder blushes that I have it in the shade Petal Poppin', which is number 2, but it's this like warm pink sort of shade. I love this shade so much. She has some really interesting colors that I might end up checking out later on, but this was definitely the one that I see myself wearing more, and I have been loving it. If I'm not wearing my Gucci peach blush, I've been going in with this one. I've kind of been alternating between the two because I love them both, but again, with this Fenty one, it blends beautifully. Really good pigment, like even more than the Gucci one. It's very, very pigmented, so you don't need a lot of it, but it's not patchy, blends beautifully. I also like pairing this with my Rare Beauty Hope blush. They pair really nicely as well. I feel like the Gucci one brings out more of the peachiness in it, and then this one brings out more of that like pink shade. So yeah, really beautiful. Highly recommend checking out the Fenty blushes. The last makeup product I have here, another one that surprised me, but one that I've been loving the last few months. This is from Charlotte Tilbury, their Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. When I first purchased this one, I really didn't like it. I didn't feel like it made any difference to the longevity of my makeup. If anything, I felt like it kind of made my makeup separate a little bit, but I don't know if it was the products I was using at the time, because I have switched my foundations and powders and stuff that I'm using at the moment. So I don't know if maybe it just works with what I'm wearing now as opposed to what I was wearing back then. I don't know. I have no idea, but all I know is I've really been enjoying it recently. It has made a huge difference to the longevity of my makeup. I think it makes my skin look more blurred and smooth, and yeah, it just also feels really refreshing to spray. It has a really nice light scent as well, but yeah, definitely worth the hype, which I did not think a few months ago. Then let's move on to some skincare products. So the first one I have here is from Skin Fix, their Barrier Plus Skin Barrier Restoring Gel Cream. So this was my first time trying the gel version of this cream. I have the thicker version, the peptide cream. I had used that a million times. That's one of my favorite moisturizers, but I've got to say I have really been loving the texture of this one. I wasn't sure, because usually I don't really like gel creams because they are more like, I don't know, they're more like a jelly sort of texture, and I just didn't feel like they really worked with my skin, whereas this is the type of gel cream that almost has the same texture as like a water cream, which I've talked about before. I love water creams. They're my new favorite type of moisturizer, just because I feel like they're still lightweight, not super heavy on the face, but really, really hydrating. This has that same sort of texture where it's like kind of like your watery sort of texture. I'll show you a little bit just because I don't want to waste it, but you can kind of see that it has that very like watery, runny sort of texture, but still very lightweight and like just kind of melts into the skin. But I've been loving this in the morning. as my morning moisturizer. Going into the colder months, we of course have to switch up our skincare a little bit, and in the summertime I wasn't using a morning moisturizer just because I felt like when I went in with my sunscreen after, it was too much on my face and my makeup wasn't sitting properly. But going into the colder months, I wanted to look for a moisturizer that would be still very lightweight and work under makeup, but is gonna add more hydration to my skin, and I feel like this is perfect for that. Feels beautiful on the skin, it works beautifully under makeup, also has really nice ingredients. She's got her peptides in there. If you haven't tried the gel cream, I highly recommend. If you have like combination to oily skin, I feel like you'll love this. Not quite thick enough for me as a nighttime moisturizer, but as my morning moisturizer, I've been loving it. The next product I have is from xoxo, their clarifying mask. This is a peel off mask. I love this so much. I did get this in gratis, so I probably honestly wouldn't have thought to buy it if I didn't get it in gratis, but I love this. You can use this 2 to 3 times a week, and it's basically just meant to really clear out your pores, any blemishes, just really clear out the skin. And I feel like after the first time of using this, it already made such a huge difference to my skin. So I have been using it the last few weeks, and I feel like my skin is slowly starting to clear out a little bit. But I also just love how you use this mask as well. You put it on and you let it sit for like, I think it's like 20 to 30 minutes, or you just wait until it's properly dried down on the skin, and then you actually peel it off. But it honestly kind of looks like you're like peeling skin off, but it's like weirdly satisfying. So I also just enjoy how you use it, so that kind of just adds to the experience, I guess. Also, it just makes me feel like I'm like pulling stuff out of my skin, kind of like when you use like a nose strip or like any sort of strip like that where you're like peeling everything out of your skin. I feel like I get the same sort of satisfaction using this. But yeah, been loving it. Then I have a sunscreen from Paula's Choice. Their, what's it called? Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid, Broad Spectrum, SPF 50. Love this sunscreen so much. This is perfect for the summertime just because it has a very like, I don't know if you can hear that. Maybe not, but it has like a very lightweight, watery sort of texture, so works really well under makeup because it is so lightweight. It doesn't leave the skin greasy. I'll just show you guys what it looks like. Has that like milky, I can't see, yeah, there we go. Has that like milky, really lightweight texture. So rubs into the skin. It doesn't leave a white cast as well, so if you are deeper skinned and you have issues with white cast in sunscreen, this one will not give you a white cast. This is a chemical sunscreen, but it's formulated so that it doesn't irritate the eyes either. So if you're someone that gets irritated eyes from chemical sunscreens, I recommend trying this, because that's the only reason I tend to steer towards mineral sunscreens, is because chemical sunscreens irritate my eyes, but this one does not. But overall, just a really nice sunscreen. Like I said, it works really well under makeup. It feels lightweight, it's not greasy on the skin, it dries down, no white cast. I feel like it's just a very like versatile sunscreen that works for all skin types and all skin tones. The next product I have here is from City Beauty. It's their City Lash lash serum. I've been using this one for a few months now, and I've been loving this. Definitely one of my new favorite lash serums. They're hard to come by these days, especially on the affordable side. This one I think values for 90, it's 90 something, but pretty common for a lash serum to be around that price. But I've been loving this so much. I feel like it's made my lashes grow a lot. I don't know if you can really tell right now, but it's added thickness, it's added length to my eyes. This also doesn't irritate the eyes. If you're someone that has sensitive eyes or gets irritated by some lash serums, definitely try this because it does not irritate the eyes at all. City Beauty is also an all clean brand, so again, it's not going to have any ingredients that are going to irritate the skin. But I do also have a coupon code with City Beauty, so I'll put that at the bottom of the screen or in my description, along with the link that you can use to shop from as well. You get a little bit of commission if you purchase from that link. Don't feel like you have to, but the link will be there if you do want to purchase anything. And then I have another product from City Beauty that I've been using for I think a few months now. It's been probably 3 to 4 months. This is actually my second bottle of it. It's their lid lifting treatment. So this is technically for like, I guess sagging lids is how they advertise it. I personally, obviously I don't have sagging lids right now, but I have been using it around the lower part of my eyes, and I feel like it's made such a difference with not only like helping with the smoothness and lines under the eyes, but it's also just made my under eyes look very hydrated. I struggle with dryness around my eyes sometimes, but ever since using this product, I have not had any at all. So I feel like it's made a really huge difference. And then I feel like it just also has made my makeup sit a lot smoother under the eyes as well. Even if you are younger like me and you're not dealing with any sagging or any wrinkles just yet, I do feel like this has also been beneficial in other ways. Moving on to some hair care products. So I have from the Inkey list their glycolic acid exfoliating scalp scrub. This is a product that you use before you shampoo your hair. So you put it all over the scalp. I think you can do it on wet or dry hair. I usually just do it on dry hair so that I didn't have to worry about wetting my hair before, but just put it all over the scalp, massage it in. You leave it on for, I think 10 minutes. Sometimes I leave it for longer, but you only need to leave it on for 10 minutes. And basically it's gonna help to really exfoliate the scalp, get rid of all the buildup in the scalp. I find that because I don't wash my hair as often as what some people might, I do get a lot of buildup in my scalp. I also have some like skin issues, dermatitis and stuff. So I find that this does a really good job at getting rid of any of the dead skin in my scalp and just the product build up throughout the week. I do style my hair basically every single day, so I get quite a bit of product build up, but I feel like this really just helps to clear out the scalp. I can definitely notice a difference in my hair if I don't use this when I wash my hair as opposed to when I do. So yeah, I love it. Also really affordable as well. The Inkey list is super affordable, so you're not breaking the bank to try this product. And it's also been lasting me a really long time. I've used this quite a lot, and I honestly feel like there's still like this much left in the bottle. So yeah, definitely it lasts a really long time as well. But yeah, highly recommend trying it. The next product I have is from K18. It's just their leave-in mask. This is like the first product that K18 ever came out with. I've been using this the last few weeks. They say to use it for every time you wash your hair for the first 4 to 6 weeks, and then after that just like as maintenance. But I've been using this every week that I've washed my hair, and the first time I used it was probably when I really noticed a difference in my hair, like a lot. My hair felt so smooth. I even had people ask me if I got my hair cut just because my hair looked like healthier and smoother, but made such a difference to my hair. I've been using it the last few weeks as well. I honestly feel like it's made a difference with my split ends as well, because I do have quite a lot of split ends, but this has honestly made such a difference in sealing my split ends, my hair feeling smoother, less frizzy, the overall health of my hair. I feel like it's made a huge difference. I've honestly heard people rave about this product, but I hadn't really ever like tried it enough to give an opinion. But I did receive the full size in gratis. I was lucky enough to receive it in gratis, and I'm really happy I did because I've been loving it. I just think it's made such a difference to my hair. Then I have a few little lifestyle products here. So the first things I have are some jewelry. I have 2 necklaces here. They're both from H&M, but the first one I have here is this beautiful like small chain necklace. I love this so much. Again, just from H&M, so super affordable. I think this was like, I think $6 or something, but I love this so much. I love that you can make it a little bit shorter or have it like a little bit longer so that you can see more in like your sweaters and stuff. I love it. I just think it looks so classy. It adds to that like clean girl sort of aesthetic. Very simple, nothing too much. I love it. And then the second one I have here is also from H&M. Again, I think it was the same price, but another really classy, clean girl sort of necklace. If you can see that, it has little hearts on it. They go all along there. I think it's so cute. I love sort of pairing these together. I think they look super cute together, but yeah, I love them. I just feel like these were such cute finds from H&M. I don't often go into H&M, but when I do, they do have some cute stuff there. So I feel like I should go more often. But yeah, I just thought these were a cute little addition to my jewelry collection. I hadn't really bought new jewelry for a while, so I treated myself to some new necklaces and I love them. And then the last thing I have here is a book. So I'm gonna try and always include one book in my favorites videos because I love books, I love reading, and I feel like a lot of you guys do as well. So I'm always going to include one book. The book I have that I loved, I can't remember if I read this in August or September, but either way, I loved it. This one is called The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Such a cute book. I loved this so much. I'll just read you guys the blurb. I'm not very good at explaining books, so I'm just going to read you the little blurb so that you can kind of understand what this book is about. But it says, for two sworn enemies, anything can happen during the Hawaiian trip of a lifetime, maybe even love. In this romantic comedy from the New York Times best-selling authors of Roomies, Olive Torres is used to being the unlucky twin. From inexplicable mishaps to a recent layoff, her life seems to be almost comically jinxed. By contrast, her sister Amy is an eternal champion. She even managed to finance her entire wedding by winning a slew of contests. Unfortunately for Olive, the only thing worse than constant bad luck is having to spend the wedding day with the best man and her nemesis, Ethan Thomas. Olive braces herself for wedding hell, determined to put on a brave face, but when the entire wedding party gets food poisoning, the only people who aren't affected are Olive and Ethan. Suddenly there's a free honeymoon up for grabs, and Olive will be damned if Ethan gets to enjoy paradise solo. Agreeing to a temporary truce, the pair head for Maui. After all, 10 days of bliss is worth having to assume the role of loving newlyweds, right? But the weird thing is, Olive doesn't mind playing pretend. In fact, the more she pretends to be the luckiest woman alive, the more it feels like she might be. With Christina Lauren's uniquely hilarious and touching voice, The Unhoneymooners is a romance for anyone who has ever felt unlucky in love. So again, a romance. I love romance novels. They're my favorite to read. They're just my favorite way to relax and wind down at the day. I can just turn off my brain, read a romantic comedy, and they always make me feel good. So yeah, highly recommend reading if you haven't. I know I've read books from Christina Lauren before. I can't remember what they were, but I've definitely read from her before, and I do really enjoy her writing. So definitely check it out if you haven't. But that's all that I wanted to share with you today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you end up trying any of these products that I've shared with you. I'd love to know what your thoughts are as well. But as always, thank you so much for being here and watching this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!